Hello, hello, hello. I just had an avalanche of something, but I don't know what fell. We'll just push that up there and we won't see anything. Good morning, Brioni. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sue. Hi, Ashley. Hello, Trees. Hello, Miss Donna Sue. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Sandy Kling. Hi, Elizabeth. Nothing. I didn't lose anything. It just, as soon as, hi, Cheryl. As soon as the music went off, something went like it crashed and boom, banged. And I don't know. It's something over that way, but it's not right here. So I won't tell anybody. You know what? I'll notice what is fallen if Onyx, like, if I start hearing her, then that. Why are you looking at me? She turned her head like, excuse me? What? I'm just saying. That's how I know when something has fallen to the ground, because you go smacking on it. Hi, Debbie. How are you? So good to see you. Don't look at them. Hi, Melissa Joins. Thank you for sprinkling. No, I don't. And it wasn't my drawers. My drawers are still on. Of course. Someone's ring. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. She might need me. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Shush. Be quiet. Move. What on earth? Oh my Lord. Have mercy. Brioni? Did you send me something? Brioni, you did not have to send this to me. Are these those arched canvases that you were talking about? Obviously, look at the shape of it. Oh my gosh. Brioni, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Y'all, look at how cool these are. I have never seen arched canvases. I mean, we have the arched, like IOD has the arched wood blanks that we use, like that one right there. This is a 16 by 20. Good grief. Look at that. I am so excited for that. Thank you so much. When did you ship this out? Because this, I'm telling you, anytime I ship anything to Australia or Brioni ships to me, it comes so super fast. Those are so cool. I can't wait to use those. Ooh, I'm using the new stuff on that. Thank you so much, Brioni. Good evening, Jill. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Cindy. I know. She's so sweet. Hi, Miss Kathy. Hello, Helen. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So we're working on the tray. Let's get back to the tray. Thank you so very much. Ooh, I was like, why is she ringing my... The last time, Brioni sent me something, I had to sign for it. So I thought that's maybe she was having... Because usually she won't ring my bell unless I'm needing to sign for something. I did open it up. Why are you all yelling at me to open it up? Is it that much of a lag? Because right now I'm getting Brioni yelling at me to open it up and then Sue yelling at me to open it up. I did. All right, let's get into this. So yesterday, Okay, I need to get my phone back on. Yesterday we did the tray, and now I'm all out. We put on the pink and white Harlequin from Decoupage Queen, and then we did the Prima, the redesign, the Blush Symphony, and then we did, you guys can see now how that glaze paste literally just takes kind of a back seat, but it just gives it very pretty shine. So that was the Harmony, Diva Designs Harmony stencil with the glaze paste and pearl white. Then we went around it with the Finnabair Metallic and the Golden Moss, and then the Delicate Metallic in Rose Gold. I did prime some feeties so we could put the feeties on there, which I made a mistake, y'all, because when the feeties are up, you're going to be able to see the back of the feeties. So I'm probably going to need to bond those. I'll have to figure that out so that we can paint the feeties rose gold, because we're going to paint the bottom with the Golden Moss so that when you're coming at it and you see the tray as you're walking up towards it, you can see the green and the rose gold feeties. Hi, Leveda. Wait, what happened? There's something in between. Oh! Open it up, meaning open up these. I was like, why y'all yelling at me? I did open it up. Hi, Luann. Hi, Edith. Thank you. There's something in between the canvases? I should have known. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Thank God they didn't put a hole in the canvas, knowing the way the mail system is. Okay, hold on. Oh, now I hear something moving and grooving on the inside. All right. Oh, there's a baby one. Oh, my goodness. There's baby ones on the inside. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, so that one's pretty much the size of the IOD. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I was fixing to send her a super chat to get her attention, but I haven't changed my card. You know what? It would have got my attention too, because it comes up red. It's a big block of red back here, and that's why whenever somebody sends me that, I go, oh, what happened? Because it's a big block of red, like it's a warning message or something. They are super cool. Thank you. Okay. Look at these. Aren't they so cute? I got these yesterday. Look at their little babies. They're little baby brushes, and they're so soft. They're still on my desk. Okay, so, on the inside here, I want to put the pearl trim on the inside, but I'm wondering, do we paint that the rose gold or the green? I don't think the green. I think that might be too much. I think we just paint this rose gold and trim that out in rose gold. That was exhausting. My bank just went to tap pay finally. Ooh, so much more convenient. I know. One of my banks was not tap pay until last year, and it was so aggravating. Hold on, I'm just going to kind of get a little something of what we need and cut it. You guys have to, hi Vicky, you guys have to remember it's delayed too. So when you guys are messaging, it doesn't come across here that soon. Okay, so let's do. So I think we'll paint this rose gold. I might need to take this brace off, y'all. I can't work with it. Could it. All right. You know, I like to get real happy. All right, let's cut. Let's paint this. So let us paint. Let us paint. I could just paint my desk, but you know, we'll just paint like this. I should steam this so it will stop curling on me. Hi, Jeanette. Yeah, I would have found them at some point. When I put them in the craft room on the shelves, I would have taken them apart. Let's prime these really quickly just so, because they are slick. Actually, let's clean them first. Okay, we're just going to take some isopropyl alcohol. Oh, got a lot of stuff. And then let's just clean these to get any gunky off of them. Whee! Okay, this good. It's good enough. All right, and then let's get the squiggle wiggle. It's almost the end of the spool, so that's why it's so curly whirly. All right, well, let's use one of these little guys. Just because I wanna. It's gonna pick up a lot of paint though. That's all right. Hi, Cindy Truitt. I know, aren't they cute? Okay, we're just going to, I'm gonna get my hands all painted already, and we just started. Now, these are going to go, for the most part, underneath the epoxy. But if you were going to, you know, put them on something, I would just hit them with some bonding primer really quickly. But they're going to go underneath the epoxy, so the paint's not going to get scratched off of them. But, you know, being that this is a slick surface, and if you're painting them, and it's going to be on like a high traffic area, so on the outside of a box or something like that, I would really put bonding primer on them first, just to make sure that that paint's gonna stick to the pearls, and not get scratched off by rings or just by, you know, touching it in general. But that's my 2 cents on that. But this is going underneath. It's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to get to it. So, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Oh man. So Trevor, on the way to work today, he goes, the scheduler wants to talk to him because he wanted to know if Trevor wanted or needed more hours. Hi, Cynthia Diane. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Catherine. And I said, what do you mean more hours? And he said, if he asked Trevor if he wanted more overtime hours. And I said, I go, for what? You barely only just this week started coming home. I guess it was like the end of last week, and then yesterday started coming home at a normal time. And he goes, yeah, I don't know. I said, do you have work that you still need to, like, do you have, audits that are still coming up for deadline that you need? And he's like, no. So then he sent me a text message and goes, don't pick me up until 7:30 tonight. So it's like they're forcing him, basically, which really sucks. Because y'all know he was tired. He's tired of it now. He's over the 60 plus hour weeks. And he thought it was over. So when I pick him up tonight, I'm going to ask him, like, does that mean you're going to have to be working on Saturdays again? Jeez, man. He doesn't have any more audits that are up for deadline that are like his April 30 ones are done. So I don't know. They're probably making him help other people. Hi, Celeste. Hi, Julia. He's been doing 60 plus hours since January now. He's over it. He's done. But I don't know. I guess they don't want him to be done. I feel bad for him because he's burnt out. I would be burnt out too if I was working 60-hour weeks for months on end. And then when you think that, it's like finally light at the end of the tunnel, and now all of a sudden they're like, nope, haha, jokes. Those were just jokes. You still have to work. I'm going to make sure to get in between the beading as well so that there's no white on in the middle there, because I think it looks funny. So I'm just going to make sure to get it all rose gold. I told him, I said, tell him that you just started. Like, you've been working 60 hours. But, Trev's not going to do that. He's not going to say anything like that. It's a good thing I gave him, like, a lot of food. I don't know why I did it, because obviously I pack his lunch differently when he's working, 12-hour days as opposed to like an 8-hour day. So the last few days I haven't been giving him as much food, but yesterday I did. And I was like, he'll just eat whatever. Good thing. I'm gonna be there through dinner. Hi, Tina. It is Tim Minnie. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, and that's another thing too, Treese, because he is new. And that's just not in Trev's makeup anyways. He wouldn't say anything. If they told him to work, he wouldn't say anything. That's just not him. He would do it. He might not like it, but he would definitely not be saying nothing. So, all right, let's dry this and then we'll turn it, because obviously it needs to be painted on the back side. So, anyways, I just felt bad for him, because I know he was finally like 40 hours, like, yay, Hi, Roxanne. All right. Now let's just rotate them a little bit and then paint the back side of them. And then we'll glue it on. Because these brushes are so like soft and fluffy, it's making it easy to get all the paint on them and not have to go back over it per se. I just don't want to see any of the, in the mid area there, I don't want to see any of the white in the actual string part. I really hope they don't make them come in on Saturday though. Okay, get that little bit, and then we'll dry it and then see if we missed anything. Oh, I already see a little. Okay. I think his hard work will pay off. They're testing. Well, and that's the thing. He started laughing. He's an audit accountant, Lisa. He was like, he goes, I don't know quite where I got that reputation, but apparently I've got the reputation of, like, he likes challenges. He likes the hard audits. And he goes, I don't quite know where that came from. I said, well, obviously you're doing good with the messy company, so. Yeah, no, they don't take advantage of the employees at all. And, you know, they buy them dinner. Today is Tuesday. They buy them dinner Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, they do like fruit parfaits and, you know, like snacks like that. And then on the weekends, they do donuts and bagels. So they're good to the employees. It's just busy season. You know, it's like how it is. Like, I still, this week is going to be crazy for me. Somebody else brought me their taxes yesterday that has a business, as well as all kinds of other things. So I'll be busy doing taxes myself because I've got 3 to do still. So one of them is easy. It'll take me no time, but the other 2 are, one's business and one is might as well be as bad as a business. It's long form. But whatever. I'll just be glad when next week is over. And then, you know, this time of the year is over with. Well, I didn't want you to do that. It's always like this, Celeste, at this time of the year. I hate it. I get so stressed out and anxiety and... Okay. It's good. Now let's get, I want to try, let's see. Where is it? I'm going to try the stuff that Laurel gave me. Let's see if it's going to come out. Okay. Is it fine? Yeah, it's fine. All right. Let's put that on here. And then I can see what lines I need to clean up. So let's start. I guess we'll start down here. And then I am going to get you. Actually, where's my pokey tool? Pokey tool. Hey. We'll see if that catches fast enough for me or not. I am going to wipe up some of that though, because I got a little carried away. Hopefully that will tack fairly quickly. So this is the diamond glaze that Laurel gave me for embellishments, and I quite enjoy it for embellishments. But if you guys remember, I tried to use this as almost like a like the pouring glaze. Oh, I need to show you guys the waterproof stuff. I probably am going to need to tack it with hot glue to make it stay, because over there is going to keep wanting to pull and I need it to stay tight. So hold on a minute. Let me show you while I am doing that. And it doesn't help that this was at the end of it's at the end, so it's very, very curly Q. But I need it to stay tight. I need it to stay up against that wall and not come forward. So I'll probably grab a little tape, but so I added this to the store, and I want to do some coasters with you guys. So this is the Pentart 3D varnish, and oh my god. Oh my god. Why would you send that to me right now? Wow. I'm sorry. I just got some really crazy news. This is a Pentart 3D varnish, and it is water-based, but it is waterproof once it's on. So what I want to do is put it on coasters and see how well it does on the coasters. Because obviously when you're putting hot and cold and, you know, your drinks are sweating or whatever, you know, and then if you're doing anything outside. So anyways, I want to play with it, but it's the 3D varnish, water-based, and it is waterproof. Wow. People have the worst timing. Holy cow. All right, so that did grab. Hold on, I need a minute. Someone just sent me a message that somebody's child passed away, and I'm live. I've been live at this time all the time. So Okay, well. Let me get a little piece of tape to hold that down right there. Okay, I'm just going to brace that corner. This one has tacked. It's sitting there. But I don't, you guys, I don't want it to be wobbly. That is going to drive me nuts. So I need it to stay tight. So I think what we'll do is we'll just tack it in a couple of places with some tape in order to keep it tight. So that way I can keep going around it. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but gee, probably not the best time to tell me that. Anyways, so I'm actually going to go ahead and put it all the way around to over here, so it gives it a minute to tack. And then when I put it down, it won't be so wobbly. Because that's going to make me crazy. Is that even straight? Has anybody seen Miss Edie? I feel like I haven't seen Miss Edie in a minute. So I need to send Miss Edie a message. I feel like I haven't seen her. Have you guys seen her on any other lives? Yeah, I gotta tack it. It's driving me nuts now. Hi, Shannon. Oh, thank you. It's okay. It just, you know, it's one of those things as you're reading it. Thank goodness I didn't read it out loud because, you know, just would have been awkward. Okay. So, and I'll tack that corner again. Hi, Sheila. Oh, no. Sandy, you haven't? No. Hi, Laura. Yeah, I know that they were packing. I seen the last post I'd seen from her is when she was selling, or like she posted something for sale, like a big unit. But I haven't seen her. And I just, you know, I don't know if they're like already like in the process of driving. And like Sue said, maybe, or was that Sue? Yeah, Sue said maybe that she doesn't have internet. Mara, I put you on my list. Your messages should come through. Hi, my Mara. I put you on my, you're on the D&D, like you're on my favorites so that you could come through. I even rechecked it the other day when you said you weren't. I think. Yeah, I did. I'll send you a message. Man. Nobody should ever have to bury their child, y'all. It is. I'm not going to put her on blast, but I just say, you know, that we pray for our friends. Because, gee, minis, I wouldn't even know what to say anyways to her. All right, I'm pretty sure this isn't tight. I feel all right, and then I think I can cut that right there and then stretch it to get that last little bit close. So let's take that there, and then it should be fine, because I know that there's some slack in this, which is kind of driving me nuts because I can see it's getting wobbly. So this is where we started. And unless I would have used hot glue, I mean, it would have probably they would have all done this. So we'll just have to be patient with it. But like, see right here, and especially over here, it's wobbly. It's gonna make me crazy. Man, that threw me off, y'all. Sheesh. All right. Okay. Let me hit this with the dryer a little bit and see if it'll tack up in some of these other places, and then I can move that a little bit more, put it in place a little better. But I think it looks cute. It's not straight at all, and that is bothering me. Probably because I know she has moved. They sold I remember she said that they listed it and it sold like super fast, which I think that might have been the last time that she was on, because I remember her saying that, and then we were excited that it sold so quickly. And then so that's probably what it is. She's probably in transition of moving. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Luann. Yeah, if you guys can just, I know, like I said, I wouldn't say her name, but if we can send some prayers out there, because nobody should have to bury their child. And I really wish I didn't read that. Usually when the messages pop up over here, I close them right away. So I really wish I wouldn't have read it, because that's just kind of throwing me for a loop. All right, so I'm going to actually look in the camera because I can see. You know what? It might not be that it's crooked. It's the paint back behind it that's crooked right there. But over here, there we go. All right, so when it sets up a little bit more, I'll be able to push it in line. I did pull out a couple of liner brushes. I probably am going to go ahead really quickly and line, because you can see the paint back behind there where I didn't think you could. So I'm going to take the liner and put it very thin. And I'm just going up. I can't do it with this. I need the full range on my hand. Okay, so I'm just going to straighten up that line that's behind it. Whoa, can you guys see? So I'm just taking the liner brush and fixing the line behind it. I thought the pink would go, or the bead would go a lot lower or higher, which is not a big deal. I'll just fix it. And I'm just going to fix. So I'm just going to lay that brush on there and fix that line. Like that. Thank you so much. Hi, Miss Shauna. My heart goes out to her. I lost my eldest child in 2006. I'm so sorry, LaBeta. Yeah, that's why y'all, like, I know that I say, like, I'm always driving, but that I will drive. And I didn't read it all, so I don't know how he passed. But, Trevor not being comfortable on the freeway and stuff like that. And people say, well, take the back roads. Why doesn't he drive? He needs to drive. Nah, nah, nah. But I will drive him as long as he needs me to. Because stuff like that, it just... I mean, So there's a little lip, which is what the beads are going right up against. And I was thinking that the beads were going to be high enough, and that's why I didn't originally go down further. But just taking the liner brush, it's fine. Now it's going all the way down. Hi, Philomena. How are you? And then let's fix that line. When you're using a liner brush, you really want to make sure that that point is very, very straight out there. Otherwise, it doesn't really, the liner brush, it kind of defeats the purpose. Because you can just lay it on the line, and as long as it's out to point, then it, you know, it's easy enough. Okay, I think that was it. I think that's where we started. It's good. Fix that right there. All right. And then okay. Good enough. He went back to sleep. He was up all night long. And I even had a bad dream because the last time he came in the room, he closed the door and it, awesome. I'm so glad, Philomena. He closed the door and it shut so that he couldn't open it. And I remember telling myself to get up to open it, and I must have fallen back to sleep for once. Well, then I had a nightmare practically because I had a dream that Nick called me and was like, "Where's Troy?" And I said, "What do you mean, where's Troy?" And he goes, "I see him on the camera. He's going down the street." And I'm like, "What?" It's because I didn't open my door. So then I started freaking out and I went and he was finally in his bed laying down. Okay. So that's pretty much how this is going to be for now. We might add some other little things. I don't know. You know, we have all kind of cuties, but I'm going to flip it over. We're going to do a coat of the Waverly on the bottom, paint that the golden moss, and then do the feeties. I guess I could have did the feeties in the rose gold while it was open, but whatever. We can't change. Okay. Hi, Kiki. Okay, Mara, we can't change what is, but we can pray for strength for all to get through it and for them to try to find some kind of understanding in what happened. Pray for their loss and hope for them to have strength in what the future holds. Exactly, Julia. Thank you. Yeah. We don't know the reason now, but all right, I'm just going to, I'm actually just going to put down my silicone mat from my, my resin tray. And I'm just going to give this a coat of the Waverly, and then we'll paint that. And usually I don't paint the bottoms with you, but we've got to put those feet on, and I need to paint it before I put the feet on, so. Some of the bonding primer did not hit the underside. I'm not going to worry about it too much because I will varnish it, but all right, let's dry that. Okay. And then, actually, let me turn it over and see how those beads are doing since I just flipped it upside down. Oh, okay, they're stuck. They're good. It's good. All right, let's take, this is the golden moss. I want a soft brush for that. So let's use this one. All right. And like I was saying yesterday, if you wanted to put it on a black base, you absolutely can. But I quite liked it on the Waverly on the white, so all of that. All right. I need to make sure that the white is dry in these little gatherings here. Yeah, and I'm not much of like a green person, but this one that has this gold in here like that, it's really pretty. All right, so I noticed the white over here was, there was some still. It's a different gold green for sure. It's a very rich color. See, some of the white is not dry over there. Must have pools of the white over there. Okay, and then make sure Then I'm going to go over the top one more time since I had to touch a bit of it with the, when I was coming around these edges here. All right, and then I'll dry this and then make sure, because I'm sure there's some white that's, no, Sharon, I have to do your castings. Hi, Trish. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Carol Ann. So this is the golden moss. It is in my store. Hi, Rita. All right, so let's make sure that this is dry in these little indents here. And then I'll pick it up because I'm sure it's rimmed with white still. And then we'll put on a little bit of the gold wax, just like we did on the top. And then we'll paint the feeties and get the feeties on. Oh, that's gnarly. What happened there? Okay, this color. Hi, Angela. Hi, Patty. The golden moss. All right, I'll add it. Look at that. It's just such a different color. All right, and then I'm gonna have to clean this. This is my resin mat. Let's get around here. See, there's some streaks on the side here. And then I am going to, because I'm almost positive, yep, there's some white around the rim. And if you guys were wondering, because this was painted, that's why I wasn't caring about it slip sliding all over the mat. Okay. It should be good. It's good. Okay. Let's dry that, and then we can add a little bit of the gold wax. And that's so funny because I was talking to Yvetta, and she shows me this, like a kettle that she's doing, and it's pink and green. And I started cracking up. I said, I'm doing a tray that's pink and green, and I don't think I've ever paired the two together. And so she started cracking up. She goes, what the heck? I said, yeah, I don't know. I said, that's funny because she used the same pink, but it's a different green. Hi, Brenda. Okay. I'm gonna put this over here for just a minute. I need to get this off of my resin. It's just the top. Actually, I could just turn it over. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's not gonna come off because I dried it on there. So I'll just flip it over and clean it later. Whatever. Okay, it's not gonna matter. Should have just painted it on my table. That's why I have a glass mat. Okay. Let's take, and we're just going to add a little bit of the gold. It's the same thing we did to the top of it yesterday. So I'm just going to take some of the, you can use your Finnabair gold or the Pentart. And then let's just tap it off so there's no clumpy lumpies. And then we're just going to go very lightly. And it's just going to bring out the gold a little bit more. And then I do want to get the rim here. And then, because I need to glue the feet on here, I'm not going to wax the bottom half right now, but I will wax it after I get the feet on. I mean, I can assume that here is fine. But on the corners here, we'll leave that until I get those glued on, because I'm not going to try to glue on wax. All right, so that's that. And then let's get the feeties. And the back side of the feet should have been primed too, because you're going to be able to see it. So that was an error. But I can always do that afterwards. Teach my brain to put colors together like yours. I think we all get comfortable though, you know, with our colors, right? We get comfortable, and I know for me, when I get comfortable with my colors, and sometimes when I'll use another color, I just feel like it's all wrong. Like, oh no, it's all wrong. It looks a mess. So I just think that's just, you know, it's natural. And then these we will need to antique. So we'll stand that up, because again, we're gluing here, so I don't want to paint that. I think I should be able to paint with, you know, use silver and purple. And I have, every time I put silver on something, I think it looks a mess. And I don't know why. Where did I get the feeties? They're in my Amazon store. I have a bunch of feet. in my Amazon store. But they're very cute, you see? And then when we antique them, we'll be able to see the other little details on there. It's actually taking the color fine. Without it being done. So I might just do it and then varnish over it. Okay, let's dry these. I'm scared to go to your Amazon store. Yeah, I've been told once you go in there, it's hard to get them come out of there. That whole nail is painted rose gold now. Hi, Donna. Hi, Betty. Can't stay long. Just stopped by to say hi and spread the chaos. Thank you. All right. Let's do this. Be better than me. Don't do this. Prime with bonding primer. You know, do as I say, not as I do. Don't do this. I beg of you, don't do this. Close your eyes. Don't even look at what I'm doing right now. You see nothing. You see nothing. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. My OCD has a fit in your store. I need categories. Oh my God, you're so funny. I was just talking about I was just talking about that to Yvetta today. No lie. Because we were talking about some stuff for her next class, and I was like, golly, I said, you know what? Since there's so much more stuff in the store now, I really need to categorize them. I swear to you. I go, I need to put more categories in there. I know, I just said it to her today. We were talking all the way up until I went live, like 10 minutes before I went live. And one of the last things we were talking about was the store. And I was saying, since there's so much stuff in there now, I need to go through and break down the categories more. And she was like, yeah, but there's so much in there. And I said, that's exactly why, because before, it really wasn't a big deal, because it was like, there was papers in there, a few molds, a few stencils, no big deal. But now, scrolling for days looking for a paintbrush. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Just go to the tools. Hi, Kimberly. If you go to tools, there's not much in the tool section. In the tools, all the paintbrushes are there. And I think with the exception of the last ones, I would have pushed them all together. Is that a found tray? Is that a found tray? Hi, Karen. What's a found tray? Am I dumb? Do I not understand? Oh, I was being totally serious. I was like, brushes, those are easy. It's everything else is a mess. Mission mark? No, I'm really confused. Mission mark? Help me. Am I being a dummy? Okay, so now we have our pink feeties, and you see what I was saying? So now look. So, bless you, Onyx. Are you all right? You all right? So you see now, so like if this is sitting on like the dresser or a vanity, so it's gonna look cutie patootie. Oh, I still didn't look for the ruler. Oh well, she's not here anyways. Only one of the Marys is. Found like thrift store? Salvation Army? Oh! Is it a found? Did I find it? I found it. Yes, I find it. I find it at the Hope Chest, probably. The Hope Chest is where I find all my silver. Sorry, I was like, what type of tray is that? I don't know. Sometimes I got thrown off my game as soon as I came on, Karen. Sorry. What am I looking at here? Well, if I want to put I have an excuse for being a dodo bird today. Actually, I was fine at first. All right, I think I like it. I think I like it. It's good. That's why we like it. Yeah, seriously. The light bulb went ding, 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 ding. I finded it. I finded it. You know where you finded it, you big dodo bird. And then you said Mission Mart. We don't have a Mission Mart here. So then I was very confused, which is not very hard to do. All right, you know me. I need these leggies to stay on. I need the feeties not to move. So we need to use some heavy body gel. Heavy body gel. Why does the heavy body gel always disappear? Seriously though? Heavy body gel. I see it. Never mind. Don't mind me. Heavy body gel. Heavy body gel. So this is why I didn't wax right there. And this is why I didn't, I mean, that's bonding primer. That's not a big deal, but that's why I didn't paint. Because there's no need for all of that jazz. For all of that business. Hi, Callie. I'm probably going to do an order this week again. So tell Troy he can draw all he wants. Okay, I will definitely let him do his thing. Squish it down, and let's get a meow. No, you need to move back. Just wait. Just wait right there for a minute, please. Just hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold a minute. Hold on to your shorts. Hold on to your shorts. Hold on to your shorts. Bloop. 6 and 7, 8. Squeeze. All right, now let's clean it. Haha. Clean it. Yeah, but like whenever there's a new release, there really should be a category for the new release and just not under new. But you know, y'all, then there would be like 17 million categories. And I don't know what's worse, to have 1 million categories in the store or not enough categories and everything is everywhere. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Come on. Really? Fine. Hi, Miss Linda. How are ya? Oh, you're crooked. Okay. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. Okay. And push it on. I really want to use that 3D, the water resistant stuff, y'all. Because, you know, instead of spraying like engine enamel or having to epoxy stuff, would be really nice to have some waterproof varnish. See what I thought about the ruler? My eyeballs are better than the ruler. Sometimes, when I can see. Okay, let's turn you right. They're just so cute. I'm talking about your Amazon store. Oh, my Amazon store? Oh, you know what? Okay, so let me talk to you about my Amazon store. I try to do categories when I first opened the Amazon store. And nobody would ever go to the other categories. And then they would tell me, I can't find it. It's not in your Amazon store. And I would say, yes, it is. It's under the tools. And they would say, no, it's not. And I'm like, you have to change the menu. And then they would tell me, I can't change the menu. And I would tell them, yes, you can. And so now I just stick everything there. I thought you were talking about my store. Because my store is what I was talking about earlier. With Yvetta. I was telling her we need more categories in the store. I think I like it. Is you straight? I think you straight. It's good. No, you're not. You're not even straight, Terry. Dang. You way over here on the lopside. And way over there on the lopside. It's good. Somebody gonna measure down there. It's not my people's. Yep, I'm talking to myself. I know. But then again, I'm always talking to myself. What's new? Hi, Melinda. Do you remember me from Chalk Couture? Glad to see you are doing well. And now we bump into each other again. That's very cool. Oh, no, I know you're listening. But you're listening to me actually having a conversation with myself because I was really talking to myself. Okay. Anyways, let's move past that. Oh, I like it. Look at how cute that's gonna look when somebody's walking. Oh my goodness. I like it. I like it. I love it. It's so cute. Okay. But the only thing missing in here is well, besides the epoxy, is it needs a little bit of antiquing, in my humble opinion. It needs a little bit of something. But I can't start wiggle wobbling it right now. Whew, I almost picked that up, y'all. No, ma'am. Not today, Satan. Not today. I can't weeble wobble. Whew. English is hard right now. So let's move this in front of the fan. And what time is it, y'all? I'm gonna move it in front of the fan and let me grab these coaster things. Yeah, it needs. You guys know. I don't know if you know, but your stored link on YouTube doesn't work. It doesn't. Sue, hold on, y'all. I don't think. Really? Okay. I will fix that. Thank you very much. I will fix that. What are you sending me? See, now I'm scared when people are sending me stuff. Oh, it's not even highlighted. Okay, I'll fix it. That's weird. All right. Look at, I got some pretty crosses. Look. Live a life filled with love. Faith, and then look at that one. Okay. Anyways, they were on top of this, so I grabbed these. So, what I want to do is, we'll probably do the square ones. They already have little feeties on them already. But I want to test out. So we're just going to do some simple, so simple. Coasters, because I want to try the varnish. So simple. So maybe we do a little decoupage, do a little crack-a-lacking, and then we do the varnish. And we ain't got time for all that, but you know, one can dream. Ooh, what if we did? We've never done a whole picture on. Wait a minute now. Let's see. Let us see. Oh, I forgot. I heard you say that. Have fun with him. Ooh, girl, you gonna be tired and sleep good. Okay, so do we put a full image or not? Because what I was thinking is we could probably if we had like a cool image, it would be kind, you know, that what each square could stand alone, then it would be kind of cool to do that. But each square would literally have to be able to stand on its own, so that way when they were apart, it made sense. But see, like what I mean? Like this one almost makes it, because this one would have a ladybug, this one would have flowers, this one would have the continuation, but then this one is blank. So okay, Debbie, it was so good to see you. Take care. I'm glad you were able to pop on. I'm trying to see if we have any other ones where they would stand alone, but I don't think so. All right, where can I put this? So actually, what I was thinking is we could probably do coasters with the birds, hummingbirds. Sorry, not birds. Let's see something. That would probably be able to be done. Oh, and by the way, I do realize that a lot of the spring release is out of stock. I couldn't restock it because it was out of stock, but it finally, a lot of the ones that I needed are back, and I should have them tomorrow, I believe, is it said is when it's scheduled for delivery. So, if you're looking for some of the papers and have been looking and it's still showing out, that's why it wasn't something I could fix. They were just out of stock. But a few finally came back in, so I grabbed what I could. Good night, Sharon. Okay, so we can do cutie patootie little bunnies, which I think would be so sweet on there. Or do we do the hummingbirds? I mean, we could do, I don't know. It's just not, the 4 is not going to fit. I just love him. His little eyes. And then look at her little face, like she did something wrong. But then these could go, well, obviously this one and this one go, and this one and this one go, so they would be like, you know, facing each other. I know, huh? Look at their little faces, like they did something wrong down here. Like she ate some candy she's not supposed to eat, and he just wants to be tickled. Ooh, my hands are a wreck. Hummingbirds, hummingbirds. Hummingbirds would stay longer. Oh, you're just like saying that that's just for Easter? I wouldn't only keep those out for Easter. But we could do the hummingbirds. Man, I just did not know how to act today. I was just painting everything. Okay. No matter to me. Because we're only going to get just the hummingbird on there. And not even his little bird cage. Okay. Alrighty then. Hi, Leah. Debbie. Hi, Deb. On the tubes. Deb says bunnies. Leah says bunnies. Let's Enjoy Easter and Spring. I thought they were really cute. I would leave them out always. But just because they got just the cutest little faces. Okay, so these need to be painted white. So we're probably not going to get very far on these because of the time. You know me, I love to throw my brushes in water, y'all. Because I know I've used the plaster color. Too late now, Terry. You could have left the wood, but you're paint tappy. Actually, I really don't care about the outside being painted right now because I will probably trim that with something. You would too? You would leave the bunnies out all the time? Yeah, because they don't have like Easter baskets. That's interesting language. They don't have Easter baskets or any Easter sayings on them. They're just cute little bunny oneies. Cute little bunnies. I'm not going to worry too much about painting the sides for now because I'll probably put trim or something on the outside of that. And I see you. Yep, I see you. But I'm excited for the varnish because with the exception of going to like Hobby Lobby, Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, I don't have in my, I know there, I think Dixie Belle and maybe even Paint Pixie does some type of waterproof something, but I don't have either one of those products in my craft stash. I don't have any Paint Pixie or well, I might have a couple of Dixie Belle things, but nothing that I use regularly. So I'm excited to have something from Pentart that actually has that ability. And we have, don't we have like a purple or something? Oh, we have. Please don't come out a lot. Just there you go. Thank you, Terry. You actually didn't squeeze the daylights out of it. And I still need more. Oh, now you know I'm not going to be able to do that again. So let's just make it work. The tray is in front of the fan drying. And the only other thing I'm going to do to it is, like I said, just do some umbra and then teak it. It says it's 72 outside. But I see the trees are swaying. Still not picking up the Dr. Pepper cans. Is there no tag? I guess the tag must have been on the jute, probably, huh? Man, my hands are filthy today. So just touching them like this, they feel a thing. So we'll knock that down once it's dry. So we'll just use 320 and knock down those wood fibers because they do not feel nice at all. Okay. So, ow, your finger is not meant to bend that way. All right, let's look at how our tray is doing. Oh, those are good. It's good. Okay. So let's get a little bit. Oh, was that the wax? I thought the Umbra was here. So I'm just going to take some of the Umbra and one of my brushes. And this time I won't dig in there like usual. And I will pick the tray up just so I'm not moving it crazy. Wait. All right, so we're just going to go. Now we have varnished the paper. So, oh, looky there. We did it again. You know, I really need to get a handle on my life. I need to get a handle on how I varnish things or glue things. I'm pretty sure you guys can see it in the camera. So I'm just going to take some clear wax and get off the Umbra that's up there because the glue from the beads is up there. So and because it's not on in a nice, pretty, you know, flat brush, it's looking all crazy. And that's like the second time I've done that. I don't know why. So I'm just going to take some of the bare varnish in order to get around that. So when I was putting the bead trim on, when it was slipping around everywhere, obviously it went a little higher. What is that? Is that a brush hair? It certainly is. I went a little higher, and so when we go to put the umbra on, it's going to see how it jumped up there. So that's why it looked like little circles all up there. So it doesn't hurt to varnish it. But then we won't get all of that funny catching. Just might as well just put the varnish everywhere. But I had to do it later anyways. I don't remember if when we put on those, that flower and that flower, if I put more varnish on. I feel like I didn't once we added those. Okay. It's good enough. Oh. Yeah, I don't think, because I know that was the whole problem with when I put the first batch on, but I don't think when I did the two, I did them again. All right. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be able to put umber on here because I'm going to need for that gloss to dry in all of the beads. Because if I keep doing this, then it's going to make this look all janky. So I just need to let it dry in the beads, and then I can varnish it. I mean, go in there with the umber, which you guys don't need to see me do that. You guys will already know how to do that a million times. So then I will just do the antiquing, and then I will take pictures of it. But that is our little tray sitter. Once I do put the the umbra on the inside, then I will pour the epoxy in there. And then, because I already had the resin table out, so I can pour the epoxy. And then this one will be good for, you know, like if somebody throws their jewelry or something in there, then it won't get all, mess it all up. But it's just, it's cute with the little feeties. So the feeties will match, and then, you know, if you're walking up on it, then you'll see that little color. And then when you come on the inside, you see it. So that's literally all I'm going to do to this. So tomorrow when we come back, we already have those basically base painted. So we'll decoupage on those, and I'll probably have to pull another project because if I'm right, I don't know, water-based varnish, which forms 3-dimensional and waterproof shapes after drying, protect from frost, replace cut. So I feel like I read on here somewhere where you were supposed to let, you know, each layer dry in between before you put on another coat. They had a time, a certain amount of time on there. I don't know if it was like 45 minutes. I feel like I seen that on something. So we'll probably have to work on something else while we put this on, and then see how it looks. And then also, because they are on here, I'm probably going to need to put a trim on here that's going to come up at least 1/8 of an inch. So that way I don't have to do like a controlled pour and push it out to the edges. I don't know. But I'm interested to see how this turns out, you know, as opposed to the UV resin or epoxy resin or all that other stuff. So anyhow, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's hump day, right? Oh God, I got a lot of time on my hands now. Usually I was going to get ready to go pick up Trevor. Oh, well. Alrighty, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.